Hello, my dear friends of the human family, and welcome to another video update here. And I'm getting quite used to doing smaller videos because most of the times people don't have the time to listen to the longer versions. However, I'm going to make another longer version very soon, okay? I've got my focus, on something I talked about in the last few videos, which is Project 2020. So I'm focusing on this, and that's why, unfortunately, navigating the matrix with natural law principles is a bit on hold. That's not good, is it? I know. However, it will be back, and you see, episode 7, the 7 is a big number. And yeah, it looks like it wants to gather the energies so it can be released. It will be another 1 hour and 30 minutes, and these presentations take quite a lot of time to do. It's not just fitting pictures in here. There's a lot that goes into it, and I take at least 10 hours to produce these presentations, all for free to you, obviously, because that's the way I want to have the world. That's why I'm doing this for free, for everyone to have access to this information, because as you might have realized, this is powerful information that I'm sharing here. And I want to thank everyone who is supporting me with a donation. I got a very, very kind donation of like 82 euros last week, and I'm so happy. Thank you for your support and help. These are the sort of things that really get me going, and yeah, it makes me afford some better quality food next to paying my rent, because I do all of this for free and to inspire you. That's all I do, and sometimes I have disappointments, but that is part of the learning process. And we get on with it. So let's head right into the video. There's a lot to get through here. So let me have a look at how I'm sometimes feeling myself, huh? Do you know this? Do you know any of this? Or any of that? The fuck's this? No, the fuck's that? It's exactly. The whole thing's completely bonkers. Yeah, me trying to keep up with current news about world disaster, civil unrest, and potential life-ending viruses, or life-ending planetary emergencies because of the 5G rollout. Okay, let me tell you this after nearly 3 years of research and activism into 5G. Oh, and there is a lot of confusion, huh? I mean, I'm just talking from my experience. The only perspective I can share with you is my own experience. And maybe yes, no, never lost. Everything's lost, and then there's some more hope. And let me tell you, I'm here to give you hope. Absolutely. I'm here for inspiration purposes. But I'm not here to tell you that all is good. Okay? And I will get into that, you see. We always have to keep the balance, okay? Ignite the flame of hope, okay? Ignite the flame of hope and balance it. That the world needs me and needs you at this time, okay? Very crucial times we're in right now, and those who can read and feel the zeitgeist, they're the ones that are ahead. And as I am starting to realize, the cutting edge of information is a lonely place. So that's why I do what I do, and I do these videos to remind myself of continuing doing what I'm doing, because it's all about endurance. Okay, endure the entire situation, which often looks lost, but it's not lost. and it's dependent on what we do next. So let me show you where most, if I'm seriously contemplating, this is the number 95% of people in the alternative media and observing the alternative media. Where are these people? I'm guaranteeing at least 95%. And here we go again. Here we go again. And it's not meant lightly, okay? Why is it that I always use this picture in every single presentation I do on navigating the matrix with natural law principles? Do you know why? Certain things and truth never changes. Truths that never change is what you get on this channel here. So most people in the alternative media, unfortunately, are still in the cave. What the fuck's this? What the fuck's that? And it's just going crazy. And it's difficult to keep up with all of this information overload, because there's always something happening, and that's why I say there is no news here, or very seldom on this channel. This channel is dedicated to dive deep and marinate and integrate and really expose the dichotomy of forever between freedom and control. And it asks and dares to ask the question, how do we get out of this cave? How do we transcend the matrix? It's a very, very clear question that I ask every single time I do these videos, and every single day I wake up. I ask the question again. How do I get out of this cave by Plato? How do I transcend the matrix? And that's why I'm inviting you to go along this journey together with me. Because I can tell you, it's very exciting for me. And we get out of this mess with an understanding and the application of the most hidden information on the planet, which is, from my 10 years of research, natural law principles, where all of it is contained. All the information is contained in natural law, because it deals with the information of the macrocosmic level of the universe and the microcosmic level. And we need to ask the question, what is not contained in that? Well, actually everything is contained in it. And also the aspects of heart-based intelligence. That gets us out of Plato's cave, whereas only mind-based intelligence and knowing a lot will still keep us in Plato's cave. It's unfortunate, but we need to make a quantum leap, a leap in consciousness, to get out of the cave. And for that, we need to think outside of the box. And inside Plato's cave, we have thinking in the box. And this manifests, from my perspective, although it is important, I'm not saying that I discredit to look into any or all information, but thinking in the box is still when we're only dealing with the 3D level of things. Coronavirus here, riots there. Yes, it's happening. Yes, it's important to deal with these things. but we are still thinking inside the box. And most people don't know it. They think they watch the alternative media and they get informed, yes, but most only stay on the cognitive level. And you're not getting out of Plato's cave, you're not getting out of the matrix, and you're not going the full path when we're only dealing with intellectual information on the 3D level of this control system. Let me explain. So, the coronavirus, which I think is a complete hoax, okay? In a lot of countries we have less deaths than the years before with the influenza. On this basis I say it's a complete hoax. Yes, there are coronaviruses, but there is no pandemic, and it's a complete hoax. It is a Trojan horse to bring in digital totalitarianism and the political system called technocracy. So, and how is the box working? Well, you get the start of a narrative. For example, there is a coronavirus and it's spreading in China. Now that was started by the mainstream media. Okay, China here, Wuhan virus, and people and this and that, and cases, and it might spread to Europe. This narrative originates with the lamestream media, the prostitutes, and then the alternative media reacts to the official version of the coronavirus and deals with correcting all the false information, and then they give you correct information. Yes, the aspect of Bill Gates, forced vaccinations, who's behind Bill Gates, who's funding the WHO and all that, but it's still based on the fact that the mainstream media, who are controlled by the real controllers in the background, the puppet masters in the background, that narrative of coronavirus started by the mainstream media and taken on by the alternative media, and the end result is that we are talking in Plato's cave all the time and are only looking at that narrative and not getting what's really going on and what's really important to look at, which I'll go into in this video. Yes, so what this channel is dedicated to do, and my website, is to offer the thinking outside of the box and ask basic foundational questions again, like this question: what is power? Can I find that outside of myself? Like this man is pointing into the skies. Yes, the sky is beautiful with lots of stars, and the beauty of the universe is astonishing. But what is power? What is it really? And one guy that I came across since yesterday, who I think is a very, very interesting man, is Michael Foucault. I hope I pronounced it right. My French is not up to date, unfortunately. I do speak French, but not not enough to be doing any videos in French. And Michel Foucault went deep into that question. He spent multiple years studying the correlation between knowledge and power. because you see, we we are made to think a certain way. And that's why I ask foundational questions again, like a little child. Uh, Mummy, Daddy, what is power? Oh, son, for power, for example, is the government, you know? Because the government, they run things and they tell us what to do and what not to do. Yeah, they make us think a certain way. And that needs to be questioned on a deep, deep level. Because the lies are always in the basics. And from that basic lie, from the lie in the foundation, everything that comes from that basis then produces a skewed worldview, a distorted worldview that is quite simply not true. So what is power? And Michel Foucault said that power is not an institution. It's based on relationship and how we use power, and ask foundational questions. I'll be doing a Navigating the Matrix episode, including this aspect. Just wanted to point to the work of Michel Foucault, and it's very important to ask these questions. And what I say is this, okay? We're made to think in a certain way, and we have this hierarchically structured system, okay, which basically looks like that, and we think that's where the power lies. As I say, they make us think a certain way, and they always make sure that we look outside of ourselves of what is power, so we never look inside ourselves and acknowledge and realize and accept that the power is within us and not with them. And that's why I say, because you take an observation, that's what I do. I take an observation and then I extrapolate that claim to the absolute realm, okay, where I make an absolute claim, not a relative one. Maybe I can or I cannot. No, I can beat you. Not only the Queen of England or these powerful elite bloodline families. I can beat you. And I can beat the entire system of control by understanding that power is not something that someone's born with. Oh, he has power. Oh, because he's of this bloodline. No, they made you think a certain way that is not true. And we are finding out the truth now, exactly now, where it's most important to speak the truth of the matter. And that we get only by asking foundational questions again. I can beat you. And if some people have a problem with that, well, get as offended as you like, okay? I'm not here to be someone's darling or someone's friend. I'm here to find out the truth and live by the truth, Okay, and if I offend people, which happens, by the way, when you are teaching heart-based intelligence, you piss people off. Yes, exactly. On another level, I'm here to piss people off, okay? Because the truth is at war with belief systems, and no one, including me, including you, no one has any power over the truth. So we need to get on with what the truth is, and the truth is that you have the power, not them. I can beat you, and I can beat all of you. And when you speak that, when you say that, I can beat you, I can beat all of you. Oh, the power is here. That's the force of what they talked about in Star Wars. Okay? And people get offended by this also. Let me look at it. Oh, he's part of the Illuminati, yeah. But not of the social engineering Illuminati. I am a revealer, immersed into Gnosticism, mysticism, and I'm sharing the information of what it takes to get out of this paradigm of slavery and implement freedom in a most creative way, which is just the system can't deal with it because you're too fast, like Neo moves with the agents. And we have all of that. It's what I'm also here to do. I'm not someone big telling you what to do and who you have to be and follow that. No. We're doing this together, and it's ending. Slavery is ending as I'm speaking. This is the knowledge of natural law, okay? And that's why I show the all-seeing eye, because that is to see, okay? To see through all the narratives and come back to the basics. And there is no knowledge that is more suppressed, that is more hidden on the planet, but natural law, okay? And what these elites have tried to do and are still trying to do is to escape the workings of natural law principles, because natural law principles are the governing dynamics of consciousness. They are the governing dynamics of consequences, of behavior. So in natural law terms, and natural law is in operation throughout the entire universe, the way you behave is going to be reflected in the consequences of your behavior through the reality experience that you have. And that's what these elite bloodlines, who are practicing Satanists, have been escaping all this time. And that is coming to an end. We are seeing light at the end of the tunnel. And I just want to mention briefly an incredible documentary series that I watched this week about the Jeffrey Epstein revelations. So apparently it is trending on Netflix. You know, I don't normally watch things on Netflix, but I watched this with my family together, and it's amazing. You know, 4 parts long. Watch it. You'll see how hugely inspiring women took down a too big to fail elite guy. He was actually a gopher. He was trafficking children for the rich and famous. Jeffrey Epstein, multi-billionaire, and had his own island and everything and couldn't be touched. Well, he thought he could never be touched, and he got in prison. He ended up in prison because these beautiful and loving women stood by the truth and stuck to it and risked everything and won everything. Those who dare, those who dare, those who dare win. I can beat you. That's the foundational belief we have to change. That we can beat all of them by applying the principles of natural law into our life, which is that the way we live our life, our behavior, which manifests from the thoughts we're thinking and the emotions we're feeling, those two aspects coupled together complete the trinity through the behavior that we put out and live by in the outside world, and the consequences of that behavior are shown in the experienced reality. And that's why it's called the crown virus for me. This, on a fundamental level, is about the theme of sovereignty. That's when you transcend all of the narratives, all of the distractions, all of the what's this, what's that. It's all about sovereignty. That we are sovereign beings according to natural law. These are the working principles in the universe. It is not embedded in the universe that you are a slave to these people and to this system. It's not. And if we can anchor that understanding and live by that understanding that we are sovereign beings, we put on the crown symbolically and we take the planet back. The beautiful and wonderful paradise planet that this beauty of a planet is. Gaia Sophia, Mother Earth. And if you want to answer the question, what is power? Go out and look into nature, shall we? Not to these people. Hierarchies and command and obedience are illusory forms of power. Let me repeat this. Command and obedience, when the pyramid dictates to all the others inside of the pyramid, command and obedience are an illusory form of power. That is the truth. It can only exist when we believe in that concept, and that's why people are getting brainwashed through the mainstream media. And unfortunately, the main topic of the zeitgeist right now is sovereignty. Taking the crown, take it off the Queen's head and put it on your own head, symbolically. This is what needs to be made an issue. Because I can tell you, I'm giving my all to take this planet back, and no one is stopping me. However, we do this together because this is a consensus reality that we're experiencing, and I can't do this on my own. I can only put my piece of the puzzle to it, but we need to do this together. That's why these videos are there, for inspiration. Because then we activate the child energy, the energies of the inner child. And that is heart-based intelligence. Who were you before you were told who to be? When you are watching this video, there is a reason why you are watching this video, and there is a reason why you are here on this planet. I don't care what your name is, what your background is, your past, and whatever you've done. And I'll go into this in another video, the mind of past experiences. We are here to be that child now, and to be there for these children. They deserve to grow up in a world that is beautiful and to have hope. And that gives us the required motivation to go for all of it. These children. And that's why I call myself I'm a representative of nature, and I dedicate my work to the children because I am making peace with my own inner child, and that's where I'm most effective. And action, because I often say action is required and we need to put knowledge into action. Not knowledge is power, but the use of knowledge is power. However, we need to find our own inner peace, and I loved this when I saw it. A new form of protest. No yelling, no screaming, no fighting. A more efficient form of protesting. Thousands of people standing in complete silence, protesting in squares and public places in Turkey, baffling the police by creating a calm curiosity instead of tension and aggression. Non-violence is the force that will change the world. Beautiful. And that's the basis. To get into a state of calmness first. That's the basis. And do that regularly. Be in a state of calmness. So the emotions, because of course we're all getting triggered during the day, it's part of being human. We have emotions, but not to lose ourselves in the play, but rather play with it and change the energies, and that goes best by being in a state of balance and calmness. And then we move out into the world and have proper action, real action that's required right now. So to end this video, not knowledge is power, only the use of knowledge is power, from the basis of stillness and calmness and balance. Then the force is with you, and with that force you're the force that moves all things in existence. That's what the elite don't want you to know. It's time. Thank you for listening, and support my work. Become a Patreon supporter visit the website. It's being updated right now, and support my work. Thank you very much. Take good care. Till next time. Bye.